Have you attempted to install gas line and you heard of a pipe, namely Tracpipe, which is CSST, which stands for corrugated stainless steel tubing? Perhaps, I'm not certain on that, but you may want to look it up. So the Tracpipe looks something like this. Keep in mind there are several different manufacturers of this Tracpipe. I mean, not Tracpipe. Let me rephrase that. Several manufacturers of CSST pipe. I was wrong there. CSST pipe that can convey natural gas to one area to another. So this particular pipe here has a kind of black rubber-esque sheathing. Personally, my opinion is I like this pipe. So the question is, how does one put a fitting onto this pipe once they begin to, in order to do natural gas, install natural gas? First, say the fitting here, this is the insulation that was on here and the piece here. What essentially was done here is perhaps a plus or minus 2.5 inches, somewhere thereabouts, was cut with a razor knife and a 360-degree circumference. Then, at that point, the razor knife was pulled this direction and then stuck under here and essentially peeled off. Once peeled off, it left this. This is the stainless steel part here. So once this is here, what the next method, and it's not an exact science, one can do it whichever way they choose, but this is just one of the ways that for this video to explain it. So I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 little grooves in here. Then take the pipe cutter here, a good quality cutter here with a good blade. Tighten it down between the threads, not over there where it's humped up. Just put it between the low areas in one of these grooves, either this, but on this pipe here. This is the piece that was cut off. Then simply wind this around 360 degrees. One caveat when installing this: do not tighten this too tightly thinking it's like a hard pipe, like, oh, I must put a lot of pressure on it. Do it very, very gingerly, so when it cuts, it will give you a smooth cut. Because if you push this too hard, this pipe here may squeeze and deform or whatnot. So just rotate it slowly, tighten it a smidgen more. You may hear it kind of crack a little bit or pop or something. Then just continue to rotate it 360 degrees with the pipe cutter, a good quality, not an El Cheapo, one with a good blade. And do this between one of the, for instance, for this we'll call threads. It's not technically threads, but one of the spaces here in between. So like here, here, or here, or here. So once that's done, okay, this comes off. So now we have the jacket, the insulation pulled back. Once the insulation is pulled back, we take the nut off of this coupling. This is NTP side. This would go with pipe dope, or pipe thread would go into a black iron fitting or whatever fitting you wanted to do. So this now, put the nut on first. Keep in mind, do this. Now, this part here, as one can see, it's got 180 degrees on the other side. This is a two-piece. Not all manufacturers do this, but this particular manufacturer has two-piece. So when under the house, be careful not to lose either or. Because if you lose this and put this on your, say, your first thread, then you pull this pipe up to this pipe, and you begin to, and then it will hold the, I'm not certain if washer's a good term or whatnot, but it will hold it. But again, just put this in the thread, make sure it's seated in, put the second piece. So this ring here will be a two-piece ring with Tracpipe. Now pull this nut up here, and it should be in the bottom of the nut once you pull it up here. Then begin to tighten, and so you'll have to use your own discretion whether you want to use pipe dope or check with the manufacturer or whatnot. But get your first thread, do not cross thread it, pull it up, start threading, and then this will couple up to this, and this ring here will make a seal, and it will seal it. And then after it's done, you can take a spray bottle with water, say dish detergent, get it real soapy once you turn the gas on, and spray each fitting to make sure it does not bubble. If it bubbles, it may need to be tightened just a smidgen more. So again, let's recap. We measured the end of the pipe. We took about 2.5 inches plus or minus. Okay, then we took the cutters, and we took the cutters next we actually counted off 6 or 7 rings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in this case. We cut that. Now we made a mark. So then we take the cutter and start rotating it around the pipe, and this cuts this off like this. This piece here was attached here. Next, we take the nut, put the nut on first, because if you don't put the nut on first, you're never going to get the nut on after you put the ring on. Put the nut on first. The ring is a 2-piece. It looks like kind of a brass-esque looking fitting. Looks like it's about 180 degrees, like a half a moon. You got 2 of these. Put these in your first indentation, which would be like, for instance, here. Pull your nut up. Your nut should hold these rings in place, and begin to thread. And so, and try not to cross thread. This thread over here is an NTP. This can go directly into a coupling on black iron, an elbow, etc. But this fitting here is CSST for Tracpipe, and my opinion, it's very good for using for natural gas. Say, for instance, if one was doing... Now, personally, I use both. I use hard pipe and Tracpipe. I use Tracpipe to run a certain distance. Then I use hard pipe to do my sediment trap and things like this. So if I had a set on the wall, I may come in with hard pipe, but underneath here. So this is how to connect a fitting with Tracpipe. Thank you for watching, and have a wonderful day. And if you feel any of these videos, if you find any information to be helpful, maybe save you some time, glean a tidbit of information that may be valuable, please share, like, and subscribe. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.